I'm a hummingbird.
Hello, folks. Good night. Welcome to Fandango Friday. Sorry for the delay. It's partly my fault. Partly, I don't understand. No, partly the cat's
It's
fault.
Orange. It's Orangey's fault. Blame it on Orangey.
Well, it is her fault because she thinks tearing curtains off the wall is a fun game, and I don't agree with that. Cut it out.
She's
All right. Anyway, she's laying right next to me.
she's like the trilogy of terror with Karen
Yeah.
Black. Come on, Mom, waiting for you.
Right. So I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana Liqueur Reviews, and Beverage Ramble is in Georgia, and Thomas Meadow is in Mets, and James P. Madonna is in New Jersey, and he's catch up. Sorry for the delay, like I said.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
So technical, my man.
Fandango Friday is here. The weeks fly by. Take it away, Ronald J. Terrio.
Thank you. Okay, well, here I am. I got this thing to my left acting like she's out of her mind. Why don't you just sit on my lap and then you can relax and I can do the show and it doesn't have to be all this consternation.
At least she's not doing this thing that cats do to your la cracha. You know, that could be worse.
Right. But I was trying to get her to come over here, and she, of course, she jumped down. Okay. Claude says he has all your records. Thank you, Claude.
Yes.
Stoney thought you were a troll. No, James is a troll.
No, I'm not a troll. I used to have the infomercial with Slim Whitman and Boxcar Willie back in the day. You know, the guy, the yodeling cowboy,
Yes.
Slim Whitman.
Yep, and good old Boxcar Willie. All right, so here I am with my party bucket, but this is not 99 brands. That's been long retired. I have new liqueurs, so I'm going to shake it up.
I think you're right. I think eventually that plastic bucket will crack, like in about 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
Ronald's going to be in the nursing home going live.
The 2050.
I'm going to guess coconut rum. He's drinking coconut rum.
All right, here we go.
Jiggle it around there. Move your hand around. Jiggle it around.
This is what I pulled. This is what I pulled. Now I got a team fight because what I pulled was Ensign Red, expertly blended fine.
Incense
red. Can you hear me?
No.
Innocent red?
No, ensign. You know, like you'll see.
Incense.
Extra fine, slow aged Canadian whiskey.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, one of those fancy words. Ensign.
Fancy.
Ensign.
Yeah, it means like this symbol that you see on a flag. It's Canadian, so they've got the crown for King Charles the third. It's
They
got
always use
elk,
lions.
the lions, and
Yeah,
it's
there's no lions in Northern Europe, but they always use lions.
right, and it's a product of Canada, and it's bottled by what they call KD Distilling Company. Well, I never heard of KD Company.
But there's a good chance it's owned by somebody we know.
Oh, say oh.
Okie Pinokie? What do you say?
Yeah, now.
Your audio's getting
About age, oak age. What's a redundant?
The
Yeah,
audio is
I don't
cutting
know
out real
what's going
bad,
on.
Jay. Just to let you know.
all
better call the Louisiana internet service you got there and give them a good tongue thrashing.
it was working all right, you know, but oak barrel aged because all Canadian whiskey has to be aged in oak. Shut up, and if I have to type everything, I'll type it. Okay, so that's what I've got. Now I'm gonna go to do this. Sorry.
No problem, guys. Again, good evening, everybody. Jay, Eric, and James. I am drinking, having tonight, Old Thompson whiskey.
No.
Old Thompson brand American whiskey from Glenmore Distilleries, Louisville, Kentucky, but under the guidance of our friends at Sazerac. 40% ABV, so 80 proof. And that's what I have on my glass tonight. And I'm looking for some info on Old Thompson right now, and I'm still looking. So this evening.
Probably a brand that's changed hands a bunch of times in its history.
Yes, Glenmore. Yeah, I think that they're part of the Sazerac. Yeah, they're part of
it. Makes sense. They're a huge conglomerate.
They acquired them, so yeah.
Cheers.
There you go.
I guarantee it didn't cost Ronald much. There you go.
Barrel,
yeah.
Not down there. No.
I'm looking for info.
Information.
Yes, infotainment.
Information.
All right. I guess Jay's trying to switch, so give Jay some time.
Okay. Well, you must have gotten some pretty good rain in Georgia.
Oh yeah, it's been there's a good amount for the last couple of days. It wasn't heavy. It was windy on Wednesday. I guess that's when the storm was starting to come down in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday it rained a little bit. It rained quite a bit yesterday. Today a little bit heavy, kind of stopped, tapered off, but it was a very grayish day. So good day to have a good bowl of soup. But tonight I'm nibbling on some wings. I got some wings here, and
hell yeah,
I'm chasing it. I got the beer.
Very good. Nice.
And I got Carta Blanca.
I decided to not be the whiskey guy all the time here. Whoa, I know, right? I have a white rum to discuss today. This is the Plantation 3 Stars white rum from
I've seen it.
Plantation brand. I believe this is all of a $20 750 milliliter bottle. It is 41.2% alcohol by volume. I did post a link to the product in our private chat for Jay to pull up at some point when we do the review. Liquor.com says this is the best white rum for your daiquiri. All right. And just a tiny bit of information before we get to my review at some point here is it's a combination. It's a blend of Barbados unaged, Trinidad 2 to 3 year old distillate, and Jamaican unaged and a touch of Jamaican 10-year-old. And this is using molasses as the raw material. So
good morning, Masumi. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Masumi.
It is 7:49 a.m. Saturday in Tokyo, I think.
well, cheers. We'll come back around for the white rum examination soon.
7.40. Yeah, I guess so.
Nice paper label.
Oh, it's nice.
$20, not a bad price.
Okay. All right. I brought the Barcelo Dorado Añejado Gold Dominican rum, or it's considered dark, but they have some lovely products here. 80 proof. Okay. Aged gold. Naturally aged for up to 2 years. The result is a rum blend that is ideal for the preparation of the best cocktails. A mild rum with an exquisite taste and an amber color. Natural aging in American oak barrels that previously contained bourbon,
Nice.
aka bourbon barrel. All right. Intense golden amber color, fragrances of butter with caramelized nuts, wood, fruitcake, characterized by a toasted flavor with a light and delicate note of wood and a hint of spices.
Mm.
Okay.
Adult dessert. Mm.
Yeah. Fruitcake, huh? Wow, it smells nice.
The proper rum tasting vessel.
Yeah. Well, it's what you want to see when you're at a tropical 5-star resort, pretty much, or what you're hoping for. All right. Well, there were a lot of women working there overseas that fit this description. Anyway, very aromatic, very caramelly, and I didn't even taste it yet. I smell vanilla.
He's going for it.
Is this the right way to taste it, Eric? To chew it?
Yeah, you can chew.
Fu Manchu. Yeah. It's fruity. It's spicy.
Casey.
It's very
Let's have
good
a
rum.
wine glass from mine. I don't know what to do.
I never had a bad Dominican rum anyway, but it's good. It's good. It really does have all those other flavors. Yeah. Barcelo, and they have a good product line, Carta Blanca. They have a good product line, an interesting one. Let me see. They got the dark Gran Añejo. They got regular Gran Añejo. They got well, Añejo just simply means age, but it's only. I know it's only 2 years. They must have others that are aged longer, but they. Okay, I see what happens. I only have this particular product page. There's of course there are others. I had to click the translated English version because the initial one was in Spanish. Yeah, Imperial Porto cask, Imperial Premium cask. They have four Imperial Premium Blend 40th anniversary. Organic. Imperial Onyx. Yeah, they have a whole bunch of interesting product line, a whole array of delights. So anyway, cheers to everyone, and I guess back to someone.
Up to Jay.
Yes,
Jason.
I'll be back. I gotta update the comment. Trying to update the comments.
The world.
Well, the world, the variety
Trying to be
that I
funny
have.
because I don't always have.
Yeah, I mean the variety is very limited in my area, so I had no new airline bottles, and I repeat, none that are new.
Fireball's old news, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Is. But you.
That's the drag. I'm gonna add Ronnie S if his internet stays connected. Okay.
Yeah, he's
Just hold on. I'm trying to update the comments. Like James said, James said this 2 years ago. It's like a switchboard, and I'm doing it all on my own. I'm trying to do comments.
you imagine if you had a professional
I
account
don't have a producer, so
with 10 people, with 10 people on video.
Hey, just update the comments while all the people are doing their presentation so you can get the comments out of the way. Not that I think comments are a burden. We need comments. We need viewers.
Yeah, you might as well get rid of the update on comments.
well,
Two rums,
yeah, it's real.
two whiskeys. Okay.
It's not really easy.
I'm thirsty. Cheers.
Sutter Home. That's
That's
yeah, I always see that. That's
Well,
very,
you can drink it. You might
very
get drunk, but you can
inexpensive
drive.
wine.
That's a no, but it's a family-owned company. Not no.
Sutter Home is family owned. That's good. Good. And
Sutter Home and Gardens. What?
Sutter Home and Gardens. What?
Ron Sutter.
I would probably cook with them since it's real wine and it's inexpensive. I would probably make like linguine with white clam sauce. Put their white wine in there. There's wine for everybody. There's so much wine out there. It's like just like with beer.
Oh, yeah. There's probably more wine than beer in the world.
I think so. Yeah.
Wine bankrupted Thomas Jefferson pretty badly.
You did? It did?
Yeah, he owed a bunch of money to France until the day he died due to wine debt. Ron Terrio's left the building, but he will come back.
I heard that Benjamin Franklin liked French women. He had this obsession, oulia, desire.
Oh, jeez.
But they don't shave. I
Ooh.
hear they don't shave the armpits.
I've never been to France. I cannot confirm or deny that.
No, I never physically saw their hairy legs and armpits, but I heard many stories about them.
Fandango moments with
A little
James
Fandango trivia.
Don't they love Jerry Lewis over there in France? The late Jerry Lewis.
They do. We're
He
making
just
all
passed away, I believe. Or that's Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
Piano player.
Hello from Germany. Hello, Mr. R.
Hello.
I guess James until okay. All right, Ronnie.
Greetings. Greetings from Florida.
Hello.
We got a referee
Cheers.
shirt on? Oh no, they're letters. Oh.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Have a
What you got?
fireball.
You got the
Fireball.
Fireball, cinnamon. Da, 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 da. Remember the songs? Fireball. Da, 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 da.
Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, goodness. Yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis, may he rest
Speaking of that guy, yeah, good segue there.
passed away.
Yeah.
The liquor store, I would imagine, D'Angelo.
I bought this at a gas station. It's really small. This is a mini one.
That's all right. You paid a lot less than I did. That's for sure.
I think it was like $1 or $2.
Oh, I hope it wasn't $1. That seems expensive.
I think you broke the record.
Yeah, it was really cheap. It was.
the
And it's really
lowest
small.
Fandango tab.
Jesus.
Well, it smells like cinnamon.
Village genuine draft. Good
This
old
is how it
Taylor
looks.
ham, egg on a bagel. Taylor ham. Oh, I love Taylor ham.
Cheers, Claude.
I like the pork roll though.
He's having breakfast for dinner. Nice.
he's having breakfast for dinner. That means nobody cooked anything. If he's having Taylor ham, egg, and cheese.
What's the name of that YouTube channel? It's like beer for breakfast, something for thought or something.
Oh, that's I don't know. That sounds like a cool channel. What is it?
He comments on Ron's stuff.
Huh.
So I think it's like beer for breakfast and something for thought. Do you know, Jean?
I wonder if they're going to use beer as embalming fluid for that guy when he croaks.
Who's that?
Now, who is that guy? Who's the one that does that?
It's like beer for thoughts or something for breakfast, some shit like that.
All right, there are so many channels out there.
I'm gonna look
Stick to
them
the
up.
I'm
ones that
washing
I
it
know.
down with a nice cold Heineken.
Good. So
Yeah, you need it with Fireball.
Ronald has the floor. Does he mean Ronald Terrio?
I guess when Ron comes back, I guess I'll go with my video, my liquor.
What he was saying was dummy up. Let Ronald Ronnie S talk.
Well, anyway, so yeah, it's Fireball. Everybody knows what it's about.
Yeah,
it's a good.
It's not bad. I mean,
If you want to take a shot, it's not extremely strong. It's pretty
not
cool. Yeah, it's good.
I say sometimes it's good with you want to throw it into a tea, toddy. I've done that a few times. Get a little thing of small thing like the same size you have, a shot or two.
Put it in tea, maybe. What about coffee?
I don't know. Maybe kind of so. I think it would be good in a nice hot tea. Just
or better in a tea, yeah.
Yeah, but coffee. Hey, if you add a little cream, or throw a little shot in there in the morning. Hey, why not?
Yeah, I don't usually do that. I don't usually mix alcohol with like stuff like that, but yeah, people do, right?
Yeah.
So bottoms up.
A good pick me up in the morning.
Yeah.
Good old
You know when that was good for, Jean? If you're up in like New York or New Jersey or Massachusetts, and it's snowing out like in the winter, and you got to do something outside.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna go shovel snow. It's good to have like some alcohol in you, just to get going.
Kind of get the legs a little
warm.
loose. Yeah, get things a little loose. Yeah, and then they might be able to shovel their whole driveway.
I don't do that anymore because I'm down in Florida now, so no more shoveling snow.
Speaking of shoveling, and I don't know, I'm not hoping for that. I hope it doesn't, but I'm going home for Christmas up in New Jersey.
Cool. I'm going up for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, hoping that the weather is cold because I want it to be. I don't know. For some reason this year I'm in some Christmas spirit of the cold weather. Is Montclair, is New Jersey. Wearing the jacket, walking around town, look at the Christmas tree and at the town, the local town. Taking my sister to a Christmas show.
It's cool to have a white Christmas. It's always nice.
Yeah. I remember 1990 we had a white Thanksgiving. It was crazy.
Yeah, that happens rarely, but it does happen.
Good old winters of yesteryear. I'm telling you. We used to, there were people with cross-country skis, and then I have my flexible flyer sled, made of steel and wood. Yeah.
So everybody here is actually originally at least from the north, except for Ron, right?
Yep.
You're right about that. Yeah.
I guess Ron's computer.
John, you're in Georgia now, right?
Yeah, I'm Georgia now. Yeah, so
he rebooted. I guess he rebooted, right?
I think that's what Ron is doing.
He was
He
commenting.
could be controlling the stream somehow, even if he's rebooting. So I don't know how that works.
I don't know if he's still controlling the screen because he probably would have changed it for me.
Well, he's the one that's bringing up all the comments.
Yeah. So I guess Jay, if you're ready, I can do my examination. Back on.
I want to hear Jean's exam.
There it is.
He's coming on right now. Hey, Mr. T. Doing okay, man?
Hello, I'm going to do something radical, but it's going to be in a moment. Yeah, hold on. Just be patient now. When you see this happen, just don't freak out.
You know what they say about radicals.
They're radical. Oh, that's
He
the
left.
radical. He disappeared. Don won, and then he's gone.
So it's
Oh
not
no, that was yeah.
it's
What
not the
happened
6
to-
people problem. Well, actually, no, he's still here. He kicked somebody out. Kicked out Jean.
No, Jean Pierre's supposed to do explain something about his product.
Oh, well,
He's not
next
here
person in
anymore.
line.
Oh,
They're dropping like flies.
yeah, this is a strange Fandango.
Am I next?
Okay, so I could see that the thing wasn't going to work right. It's not. I don't think it's happening on my end. It's happening on my, like about a month ago, my internet service provider. It's not going to cooperate, so I'm just going to have to do my thing, and then I'll retreat, and then I'll let them do it, and I'll monitor it, because once it starts this funny stuff, there's no there, and I'm like, then what, you know, it's stupid. So all right, so ensign red. I did the it is radical, but yeah, kicking everybody out, but they're not kicked out. They're just on hold. Okay. All right. Now, I did some research on the copyright, the trademark holder, believe it or not, Sazerac. No shock there. And it's age at least 3 years, which is the law in Canada. And it says it's aged in oak, which is a ridiculous thing to say because all Canadian whiskey has to be aged oak. You know, it's like saying, oh, this water is made out of H2O. You know, yeah, that's what water is. In Canadian whiskey, if it's not aged in oak, it ain't Canadian whiskey. It's something else, illicit. All right, so it's caramel color, probably has coloring added. I did the 8-year aged over the summer. It was very nice. Okay, I got this very cheap. People were yucking, not the panel, but some of the viewers about, oh, that's so cheap. Well, look, $1 it might be cheap for that little 50 milliliter, but 69 cents is even cheaper. Okay, nice alcohol legs. Never had ensign in my life. Like I say, it's the symbol that they put on those flags, like in a naval flag, you know, it's the little picture, whatever an anchor. It's like a naval flag, an ensign, like they have a maritime ensign and a naval military ensign, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing a naval work, you're going to have the naval. And if you're doing civilian, you'll have a different one. Okay, that's most people don't care about that. All right. Mild. Little mild white oak taste. Cheers on it. So I can see that inner cutting out. That's what they're saying, unstable internet connection, which is not me, it's them. All right. Yeah, typical Canadian whiskey, little caramel flavoring. They're probably using white rum to give it that vanilla caramel taste. Canadian whiskey is allowed to use actually wine, bourbon from America, rum, brandy, flavor it. They're allowed to do it. It's not something in the world of Canada as being wrong. It's done. So yeah, this apart from Crown Royal or Rich and Rare Reserve or some of the others. I doubt it. See, it did it again. Would I recommend this for like, I'll go up to 17, 18. It's a little shaky there. You just soon buy Crown Royal, but it's a counter for Crown Royal. Add a few more things. Score. I like the nutty qualities like pine oil and the light oak. I'll go with an A-, about 92, but it probably would go higher. I don't see it going lower. So 92. I'll give a little bit of information that I was trying to do earlier. Jean-Pierre was asking about Old Thompson. Okay, Old Thompson. I don't think it has an age statement, which means it's aged at least 4 years. You could check the bottle, but I have a bigger bottle. Old Thompson. It was introduced in 1904. 1904. That's how long it's been on the market. 1904. It is owned by Glenmore, and it's bottled in Kentucky at Glenmore, but owned by Sazerac. Okay. Real quick about the Fireball. It was introduced in 1984 as McGillicuddy's, Dr. McGillicuddy's Fireball. Didn't do anything. It was not successful. Seagram sold it to Sazerac, saying, let them have that trash. Sazerac took Fireball, which uses Canadian whiskey, by the way. All it is Canadian whiskey with cinnamon dumped into it. I've talked to Sazerac on the phone before. It's just they dumped cinnamon. They took it and made it into this big hit of the top selling products in the United States. Just goes to show you. I can call the internet company, but they're going to tell me, oh, we're doing work. I know what they're going to say. We're doing work. All right. And the other websites I'll post, like when does his, I have a website for that he sent me. James does too. Ron website for Fireball. There is no Thompson website. Anyway, all right. So that's it. I got nothing else to say. Very end, then on, and who knows what the hell will show up. Now I'm gonna exit. I'm gonna add Jean, and then I'll exit, and then I'll add everybody back, and it'll be just great.
All right, Mr. T. Hey, man, look, I commend you for everything. I commend you for everything you're doing, man. Salute to you. All right. I have, again, as Jay mentioned, Old Thompson whiskey. Made his debut in 1904. The old standard whiskey, blended and distilled in Kentucky, traditional dark gold with an amber glint, invites you to enjoy this moderately light body spirit, and also citrus, dry herbs, and minerals. Minerals. Let's see what type of minerals they are. Here's one what that whiskey looks like, as you can see. I didn't pay a lot for this. I think it was only about what $3 or $4.99 for the bottle for this. So $3.99, $4.99 for the bottle. But this is what I have. I'm not getting the dry herbs, but definitely there's a little citrus note in this. Not much, but just a little. So cheers.
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 Yeah, I've been sipping on it for a little bit while been talking and whatnot. All the computer internet issues. One thing, there's no burn. That's a good thing. So, there's a little hint of citrus in there, I would say, whether it be an orange or a little orange feel taste, right? On the tongue. So, there's none of that dry herbs that they're mentioning in this. So, I mean, for what it is, again, 1904 is nice. I'm sure there were plenty of cocktails. Again,
Do you know why they call it 1904?
No, it's
when it
called.
was made?
That's when it was introduced in 1904. Old Times. Look, it's a good, decent American whiskey, made here. So Yes, people look at it and look at, yes, it's in a plastic bottle. Yes. We'll say it's cheap swill. I'm sure some people will look
How
at
much
it.
did that cost for that bottle?
I believe was between, I think, $3.99 or $4.99 for this.
Nice.
So
A gas station?
no. At a package store here in Georgia, there's most of the package stores in Georgia. Most of the service stations only sell beer and wine. Service stations.
That's right, man. Yeah, I forget.
Well,
I forget that sometimes. Cause
but
yeah,
but I
most
wish I
states
was
I
down.
think don't sell gas stations.
I wish I was down where Jay is, where every grocery store can sell beer, wine, and liquor. So
I think the laws in Florida are not as lax as Louisiana, but they're pretty close. I think as far as that goes.
yeah. So, but overall, I think this is a good product for the price. It's gonna get you where you need to be. On the evening. Hey, you're amongst friends. Hopefully, you're not driving. Hopefully, you'll be able to walk and
In
walk
what
home.
in New Jersey they have special government run liquor stores or something. Is that
Mostly,
right?
yeah. All of them. You'll be lucky. Like for example, if I go to one of the big stores and the big box stores like Costco, Sam's Club, they will sell it, but they'll have like an independent. Like for example, the Costco over in Clifton, New Jersey. I don't know if that's just the area or not, or maybe other parts of the state, but I know there was an independent company that was selling all the alcohol. So I was asking. I was there back in September, and I wanted to get something. Say, hey, is there any of the Kirkland brand stuff? Like the whiskey or whatever, or the vodka? And I said, no, we don't have. We're not involved with that with Costco. We're independent. I said, okay. So I end up leaving and going.
But then, like the liquor stores, the stores that only sell liquor,
right.
they're government run.
The liquid one, yeah, those are private enterprises. So you won't see like for example, if you live in Virginia, there's an alcohol beverage control store, an ABC store, because that's run by the state. Same in Alabama. When I was in Alabama, that liquor was run by the state.
So that's not New Jersey doesn't do that.
Companies. Was that?
New Jersey doesn't do that.
Yeah, New Jersey doesn't have an ABC. No, they have everything.
I don't know why I thought that.
Privately owned, privately run liquor stores, and then some grocery stores, if they want to pay the license, will sell beer and wine, but that's a very rarity. So
Isn't there something weird about New Jersey as far as the liquor goes? What was it? I forgot.
Yeah, that's because of the lobbyists, the Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, whatever. They probably
mad.
Mad. They're protesting, and they got to make it hard on everybody else that could control their.
But they don't do it in New York.
No.
But there are some spots, some municipalities in New Jersey where, you can, if you go, like I said, there's a bar, for example, there's a liquor store and a bar next to it, up until a certain time, until midnight, they will sell you beer and wine and hard liquor, whatever, to a certain period of time. But yeah, so yeah, New Jersey is very funny, very weird in there.
I think Massachusetts has some funny stuff too. Like they're called package stores in Massachusetts, right?
Right, I believe.
Well, I was in a liquor store in northeastern Massachusetts called Bunghole Liquors.
Yeah, it's in the north.
Yeah,
It's
Bunghole.
on the North Shore of
Bunghole
Massachusetts, yeah.
Coming out of Salem, around
Salem, Massachusetts.
Danvers area.
Yeah.
Revere.
Well, our laws are just weird up here. Let's just leave it at that. Welcome to Massachusetts.
It's interesting, but overall, this is a good whiskey, very enjoyable. I have my score coming up, so
cool.
To you, Eric, I guess.
Sure, I can do a little review here. So we got the 3 stars by Plantation, their white rum from their standard offering. They call it what do they call it? This is a part of their Bar Classics series. So if I were to go onto the website, which I am in the background here on my end, it's a 41.2% alcohol by volume white rum. The origins of the rum are Barbados, Trinidad, and Jamaica, and they're using molasses as the fermentable sugar here. And so in Barbados, they were using both a twin column and a pot still for distillation. In Trinidad, it's all a column still. And in Jamaica, they're using the pot still. So a column still has these plates in them that try to capture things and do some more stripping of some of the compounds in the spirit. And I would assume that you're able to produce much more of your spirit that way on a column still than on a pot still, like what you would think a still would look like at a big distillery is a pot still. And again, the aging is the blending of the unaged Barbados rum. They have a Trinidad 2 to 3 year old rum, a Jamaican unaged rum, and a touch. And when I taste this rum, we'll get to that here. And when I taste it, I mean, it is a touch of a 10-year Jamaican rum. If there really truly is Jamaican 10-year-old product in this, which I can hardly believe. So yeah, it's a clear spirit. I mean, there's a little bit of it's a little off-white, if you will, I suppose. In the bottle, I guess it might be part of the labeling, but it does have more of an off-white kind of look to it. I do have a little bit of cool water to add to that to see if it does anything to the taste, but just alone by itself, again, clear spirit. I do get the alcohol note. I am getting like a nail polish kind of a remover thing. Not as bad as a standard 40% vodka or anything like that. There is some vanilla. I don't know if I'm actually getting the brown sugar. I might be getting it very lightly in the background, like a brown sugar or that molasses kind of syrupiness to it. Not really complex or overly complicated. There is some vanilla in the background. They say on the website, they say on liquor.com, they say this is the best white. It's their favorite white rum to add to daiquiris. There is a little bit of,
Liquor.com, huh?
I don't know if it's a very light orangey note or something like that. Their website says baking spices, vanilla, cloves, honey, brown sugar, coffee beans. There might be a slight, really slight coffee, like if you ground up the coffee beans, maybe, but it doesn't have a very high concentration of roastiness or really anything. It's just a very light spirit. It's white rum. So let's just see how it goes down. Cheers.
What's the ABV? All right.
41.2% ABV.
So that's like 84 proof around there, 85?
Yes. 82.2. Thank you, Jay. There's a little bit of a warming vibe to the spirit when you take it down. A lot of the molasses is showing up. There's a cane sugariness to it. I'm getting the vanilla and some of the baking spices, the clove, a little tiny bit of cinnamon, some baking spices for sure. Citrusy thing, like a candied orange or something like that, maybe. Again, like I was saying when I was reading the description or the notes on this whiskey or the notes of this rum, like I was reading on the website. There we go. There can't be more than a little splash of 10-year-old Jamaican rum. This is a very youthful tasting spirit. It's relaxed in the sense that there's not a whole bunch to really pick up on. There's not a huge amount of character, but for $20, I think this is a pretty good white rum for $20.
It looks very clear.
I think it's a higher end product than most bottles at its
I
price.
like the look of the bottle. It looks really nice.
Yeah, it's got this paper. Let me see if I can show it to you.
Like a parchment.
Yeah, it's got this paper logo on it.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like you're reading an old time
Like a
newspaper with articles on
Yeah,
it.
it looks like an old map.
It's
kind of the
old
material.
coloration
Yeah,
too.
like a parchment, or like an
It is
old.
to me, it's on the fruity sweet side. It's got a little bit of a fruity sweet side.
Pirate.
The alcohol is what's predominantly
Papyrus,
noticeable,
yeah.
even at 41.2. I think barrel aging would only make this thing more mellow in its overall flavor. But It's a very alcohol forward spirit, and that sweet flavor with some of the citrusy notes. I can see why this would be a really good rum to use in daiquiris, in your fruitier cocktails that could utilize some rum. I don't know if I would use this in like a rum and coke or anything like that. I think I would want more of what James is going to talk about for rum, or more like a gold or dark rum.
Hey,
This
there it
one
is.
more for mixing of cocktails, but it's got some more character than you would probably expect for a white rum. So I have a rating and thought in mind. I will give that
Eric, what made
score
you
when I come
choose
back
this?
around. My only complaint is at 41.2%. It is a little heavy on the alcohol notes. So that's my only major complaint.
What made
Yeah,
you
and they
choose
tell
this
you on this
liquor,
website,
Eric?
not only do they tell you where they distill it, they tell you for how they say the fermentation time. How long did it take in each of the locations to actually ferment the spirit? That's cool.
Eric, what made you
Yes,
choose
Ronnie.
this liquor?
Ooh, try a little bit of water. See if that. I'm gonna try a little bit of water just to see if that A does anything to the overall flavor, or B, if that tones down the alcohol note. I'll get back to you. Cheers.
All right.
It does tame down the alcohol. Bring out some
Barcelo,
cinnamon.
Barcelo, Dorado, Añejado, aged 2 years in oak barrel, bourbon barrel, actually. 2 years in oak bourbon barrel, Dominican Republic rum. Has, I definitely have the aroma and the flavor of the bourbon barrel. The oak bourbon barrel is definitely here. A hint of vanilla, of course, the caramel from the molasses. Some hints of dried fruit, like the website described. It's pretty accurate. It's all there. I don't know about fruit cake, but I do get hints of the other flavors. And I never had a bad Dominican rum. I mean, they're all good. You know, the country is famous for the finest outstanding baseball players, and they put out really good rum. Very smooth. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Now, I've had the better versions, the darker, more aged versions by this company. So the score I'm going to give it is going to be a good score, but not as high as you would think according to my description. But it's a deservingly high score because I've had darker, longer aged rums. I am partial to the blackstrap molasses rums, like the Cruzan Blackstrap and the Kraken, but it's good. This is good. Aged Gold is probably the best rum I ever tasted where they recommend it for cocktails, pina coladas, and so on and so forth, mojitos, perhaps. I would use this instead of white rum. Now, when Eric showed his rum, it made me think of Mount Gay,
Oh yeah,
Barbados. I believe that's a Barbados
they're
rum.
one of the oldest rum distillers, I
Is it
think, in the world.
Barbados,
At this point.
or was it Trinidad? No, Trinidad is 10 cane rum.
Mount Gay must be Barbados, but I'd have
Barbados,
to look it up.
and Trinidad is 10 cane, I believe. It's a famous rum there. But anyway,
Yeah, Mount Gay is Barbados, I believe. Yeah.
Barbados, yeah. I'm
Yep.
going to give this, as far as dark rums aged for 2 years. I'll give it a 95% out of 100.
Well, damn.
Like I said, I was looking for something reasonable because I ordered it on Drizzly, and you know how
That's a good site. I got to give Drizzly some credit. A lot of good information on that site. A lot of good stuff. And,
yeah, I mean, you know, the $5 delivery fee is not that bad considering you don't have to leave your residence. And then you're at the mercy of what the liquor stores have in stock, and I deal with only very few because if they don't have what I ordered, they're nice enough to call me and tell me what I would like in its replacement instead of them decide just grabbing something and giving me a replacement that they feel like giving me. And that's not going to work because I'm not going to bring the same duplicate products on the show. But anyway, as far as a rum that's recommended for mixed drinks, this is the best one I've ever had. And the website gave a good description, and it is what the website described, except they went overboard with the fruitcake, you know.
Tastes like Christmas?
Not that I like fruitcake. I like it's too sweet. I like German Stollen for Christmas. That's a holiday cake. A lot of butter, tons of butter.
Nice.
Yeah. And yeah, so I detect all the delectables that the website mentioned and then some. But I just want to say, Southern Louisiana internet service. We are living in the 21st century. Upgrade.
yes.
Upgrade. Get out of the Jurassic period. Upgrade, you jabronis.
Whether it's
Jumbalonis.
internet or computer.
Or anything.
Well,
they
I
tell
heard you, Eric.
they tell Ron they're
It's
working.
complicated.
We're working. Hey, we're working. Hey, we're working. Yeah, work. All right. Now
There's a message after the beep, Ronnie. Beep.
Ronnie S.
You're
Looks
on, Ron.
Ronnie S. Not here.
like
There he is.
Hey, Ron.
very
I need to get my score. Yeah, I gotta get my score.
concentrated.
I didn't give a score either. I'll think about mine. I think I know what I'm going to rate mine now.
You're muted, Ronnie S. You're muted, Ronnie S. You're muted. You're muted.
There we go.
Please take me off the full screen. I don't like it at all. In the
Why,
meantime, Fireball is
You're a good-looking guy, Ronnie. You're handsome.
You don't have.
I just don't like it. It's
You don't
not
have
like
a face
that.
for radio.
It's not that. It's just
Jeez.
I don't like only seeing my face. I don't really like it.
Face for
Only-
radio.
16.5% by volume. Yeah, I think I might have paid like $1. I think it was less than $2 though. It was maybe like $1.75.
Bryce. He's the baseball player on the Phillies, right?
Bryce
Bryce
Harper.
Bryce
Yep,
Harper,
Bryce
yeah.
Harper.
They almost had it.
So
Almost.
here is the
You should have dug up Mike Schmidt or something. Got him
Cheers.
out of the nursing home.
James.
Down Dutch Dalton, maybe. So
I like Fireball. It's a good drink, honestly.
it's not bad.
I gave it an
a few times,
85 out of 100.
Ooh, okay.
So
He's chasing Orangey. I don't know. Maybe.
all right, okay, 85 out of 100.
85. Yep, 85 out of 100.
Okay.
I asked in the chat. I thought that I heard Fireball started out as like a medicine invented by like a Nazi Germany
That might be Jägermeister you're
doctor.
thinking of.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you're
That
right.
definitely started its life as a medicine. Yeah.
That goes back hundreds of years before Nazi Germany.
It tastes similar though, doesn't it? Isn't it kind of along the
Jägermeister
same
is a
lines?
little bit stronger to me. Jägermeister is a little bit. I think if I
think
had
you're
to choose
right.
between the two, I would
think you
choose
are right about
Fireball
that.
over Jägermeister.
Yeah, I think you're right about the strongness, but they taste very similar though. This has like a medicinal like taste to it too, doesn't it?
That's what I said. I like putting it in a tea. If I'm feeling cold,
If you're
feeling
feeling
I'm about to
risque.
catch something, I put it in a tea. Throw the fireball in there.
Hot
Yeah.
toddy.
A hot toddy. That's right.
Hot toddy.
Indeed.
Okay, thanks.
So
Little toddy.
I guess Jay's gonna go first, give his score, or I guess I can. Everybody, I guess everybody. Well, Eric has to get a score.
I didn't score. I didn't know that we were
Yeah,
scoring.
and James, you got to give a score, right?
I did.
Oh, did okay, all
I
right.
think it's a 95.
Yeah.
I mean,
James,
I
did
can
you
get
do your
score
shout
if
out?
we need. Or actually, I think it's up to Beverage Ramble next to score if he hasn't yet.
Okay. I'm gonna go real quick. Get my score on this one. I'm gonna go 89 out of 100. I think this is good, very enjoyable for the price. Again, I'm not getting that burn sensation for Old Thompson whatsoever. That's a good thing. But other whiskeys that I get like a little, ooh, that's a little bit hitting me right in the chest. But this is really good, going down nice and smooth. And yeah, I think this is a good product. Again, the more we see bottles like these and whatever, you think, okay, this must be some cheap crap. It's gonna, ain't gonna be good quality. And sometimes you'd be surprised. It's like the rich and rare, the RN rich and rare reserve or rich and rare anything. Some of their products. I was very impressed with it. And rich and rare is very inexpensive. And this was very inexpensive too. So yes, the plastic bottle, maybe to some people might turn people off on it, but
Why? What is it about a plastic bottle that turns people off?
I don't know. I guess it's I don't know. I guess maybe for some
Because it's not
folks,
glass.
well,
Has
it's
to be
not
glass?
maybe not elegant. It may not be of good quality. You know, I mean, even Bacardi got some of their stuff in plastic bottles.
Yeah, they a lot of them do.
Yeah.
You know.
It leaches the chemicals out of the plastic. That's the problem.
Yeah, but overall, I think this is a good American whiskey. I'm not gonna say good whiskey. We have some Canadian and some Puerto Rican whiskeys, whatever, down the Caribbean whiskeys, whatever. But for whiskey here being made here, this is really, really good. So yeah, 89 out of 100 for the Old Thompson. And Jay, if you're listening, 89 out of 100, Old Thompson.
Old Muckenmeyer.
From our friends at Sazerac, who owns it. So.
Who owns about 70,000 other products as well. They got a giant
Darn
portfolio.
right.
87,000 is a little strong number, but you know what I mean. They got a giant portfolio and they make money.
Huge portfolio. I was looking at the website. Damn.
The Anheuser-Busch of
Yeah.
they're the Anheuser-Busch of distillates, really.
Yeah.
Plantation, 3 stars, 41.2% alcohol by volume. Again, it's a blend of Jamaican, Trinidad, and Barbados rums, done in copper or done in pot still and column stills. So I added a little bit of it's a white rum, by the way, for people that hadn't been here yet, and I added some water to it. I felt I like to see with spirits what they do when you add water. I felt like initially just neat without any water, just trying the spirit, the white rum by itself. It was a little nippy in the alcohol, even at 41.2. It was a little it was burning a little bit down the chest, and I was getting a little bit of a spicy kick at the back end of the throat, actually. With some water in there, it softened the alcohol and that nail polish remover kind of a feel to it. You're getting much more vanilla's molasses style brown sugar sweetness and the baking spices. So that's much better with water in it. I feel like this liquor.com is probably on the money that this would be a really good rum for daiquiris or your rum based fruitier cocktails. I don't know if I would want this necessarily in a mojito. I'm sure it would work just fine.
Oh yeah, it was definitely worth the mojito. Oh, without question.
I think the sweeter flavors and those baking spices sound like I want the tropical fruity drink with this particular bottling. So I will say it gets an 86 overall. It's about an 85 out of 100 for me, including with the price. I think it gets an 85 out of 100. It's about a $20 bottle, and I think it's a just above. It's slightly above average for the price and for it being a white rum. There's nothing really to write home about, but I think they're doing exactly what they set out to do, and I like the blending of the Jamaican, the Barbados, the Trinidad, the 3 stars, if you will. It gets an 87 for me. When you add the water, it softens up the palate. It brings out some more of the sweeter, desserty kind of notes and the baking spices. But overall, I guess I would go right in the middle of that and say an 86. If you need a sweeter, to me, if you need a sweeter tasting rum for your cocktails, or if you're more of a sweet tooth kind of a guy or gal, for $20, this is a really, really well made product. I don't think it's the best thing on the planet Earth, but it is by far not the worst white rum you could possibly find on this good old planet. So 86 as a product of white rum. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, I gave my score already. For a high quality rum, the highest quality rum that you can add to mixed drinks, I would say, that I ever had, 85% out of 100. Barcelo, aged 2 years in bourbon barrel casks, 80 proof. And it definitely is a much more complex 2-year aged rum. You know, so everybody split. Oh, okay. Anyway, cheers to everyone. Have a very fruitful weekend. Even though it's been raining continuously here, nonstop.
One little problem.
Time to shut this internet
Ronnie,
service down.
Yeah, internet service. Ronnie S took off, but he didn't give us a score.
I think he did. I think he said 85. Yeah, I think it was 85. He said it while you were away.
I was listening, but he said it kind of fast.
He did say
Jamaica, Trinidad, and Eric. Eric just took off, but that's kind of Ericish. All right,
Eric.
Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados are all British Commonwealth countries, somebody says, so they probably get good trade tax deals, which allow for easy coordination and blending. Very good comment. Very good comment. All right. Yes, all 3 British Commonwealth countries. Okay. Again, 80 sounds about right. Let's go with 85. So we've got
You got my score, right?
92 for myself. Yeah, 92. A minus 92 out of 100. Old Thompson, he's got an 89 B plus. A very old product, been around for 118 years.
Yeah, that's a fair score.
Plantation 3 stars. I think so. Plantation 3 white, 86 out of 100. It's not the greatest white rum in the world. Eric emphasized, but it's still pretty good for $20 a bottle. Ron Barcelo Dorado, not the greatest gold rum, but maybe the greatest rum ever tried for blending, for mixing, making cocktails.
Yeah. No, it was a high quality gold rum, definitely. But I gave it a 95 score. I mean, for what it is, for 2-year-old.
95 or 85?
95.
Oh, 95. Okay, let me fix that. Okay. Sorry about that. That
Yeah,
sounds better. That sounds better.
definitely,
95. I'd love to try it.
It's definitely more complex than other 2-year rums that I've had. Bourbon barrel.
So
barrel.
Eric says, check y'all
Ladder.
Eric did leave a message. He said, check y'all ladder. I will check the ladder and
check y'all later.
Right, anyway,
Ladder has 2 D's, isn't it?
Check your later. Check y'all later.
Y'all later. So it's either bourbon barrels or sherry barrels that a lot of companies are using. Either or, that seems to be the trend.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy. I would say this has been probably the most enjoyable because all the internet issues. It's fun when things are like this.
Wait a minute. When he said
It's a little chaotic. It's
Chaotic, yeah. Unpredictability.
Yes, that's when you know it's a fun.
Anything could happen.
When he said check y'all ladder, I thought he might have joined. When he said check y'all ladder, I thought he might have joined the Latter-day Saints or something.
Oh, Mormon. I don't think he's a Mormon.
I thought he might join them, and then maybe next he might come knock on my door in a week.
Do they still have a large collection of wives? The Mormon men?
No, but they're looking at bring back that fun times.
Fun time. Yeah, they were like sheik, like the Arab sheiks. They can have a certain number in their harem, only a certain number of women.
Right. They came to my house. They've come to my house. They came to my house one time, and I spoke to them for an hour, and they never came back. But anyway.
Yeah, because my mother was alive. She let 2 very attractive young female Mormon girls in the house, and all they really were interested in was the Book of Mormon, like the man-made laws of their book. And I was focusing on the original translated Bible, the scriptures. But they were like more organized religion, like their laws. You know what I mean? Could be worse. They could have been Scientologists there.
Oh no! All right. Anyway. So Eric, I knew what Eric meant, but anyway, Eric, thanks for joining with your good rum from 3 different countries. Jean joining with Old Thompson, a famous old American product. I think, Jean, if you look carefully, it might give the blend ratio. It might be 80-20, 80% grain spirits, 20% straight whiskey. I think it says it on the bottle. James with a famous Dominican rum, which we can't get. There's a Utah beer called Polygamy Porter. Yes. And the motto is bring some home for all the wives. Right. I know about that, Claude. I've reviewed it. So anyway, I'm sorry I had internet problems. I mean, when that thing starts to fail, you can't do much about it. I don't know what the hell.
Here it comes. Taka King. Taka King cake.
Yes. Hey, I was expecting for the coffee one to see, What if you do the coffee one, the coffee cream that you have brought out? you know.
I can
I
do it.
wanna-
Okay, if you demand. Oh, internet's crashing, but he wants to see coffee. All right.
I'm gonna go to the dollar store after the new year and get those beads, those Mardi Gras beads, purple, gold, and green. It stands for frankincense, myrrh, and gold.
Right. Now, James, you would love some of the idiocy of Mardi Gras, like people fighting in the streets at a parade over who's going to get the cheap Chinese produced worthless beads.
Beads, and also all the candy and the peanuts they'll throw.
All the beads are the same. They all come from China. You know, they get the order for 100 million
That's it. It's all gone.
strands of bead. Hey, this is historic. This is the end of his
The cream, the cold
Oh.
brew. And by the way, I enjoyed that review. I didn't comment on it, but I enjoyed that review.
Oh, thank you. Now, look, when I was a child and you went to Mardi Gras, the beads were made out of glass.
oh
Glass beads, no Chinese plastic toxic beads, and they had real doubloons. And where were all of these doubloons and beads made? Oh, in America. Can you say America? Then
America. Vespucci.
so slowly from say 1972 when Nixon and Mao Zedong signed their trade agreement up until today, it went from all these expensive glass beads to now junk. What are you trying to catch? A moon pie?
Chocolate moon pie sometimes.
Yeah, moon pie, a bag of cheese puffs. I'm gonna fight for a bag of cheese puffs.
I mean, when I was in Mobile, Jay and James, you know, the kids, you know, it's more so for the kids than us guys, but you know, the kids that be just grabbing all that stuff, you know, just like boom, it's like boom, and then the candies, the Snickers, the moon pies, and the teddy bears, and all of a sudden they'd be fighting for it, and there'll be so much bags of stuff. We come back and be like,
right. The only thing I like to catch is to go to the Zulu parade and catch the actual handmade, hand-painted coconuts.
Oh, they're cool. I've seen them.
yeah,
I've got some here.
Well, to catch them, not to have them hit you in the head.
Well, it's actually they passed the city ordinance that they can't throw them because you know they were throwing them and people were getting
That's funny.
right. They gotta hand them out.
God.
Yeah. So and by the way, Zulu in New Orleans is the only national event, I guess, still today where everybody dresses in blackface, but no one's catching a stroke over it.
oh boy, won't go there. Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess still a few parts of America where people have a sense of, what do you call that? A sense of
humor sometimes,
called,
maybe.
a sense of what is that called, James? A sense of humor. Oh, right. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Now we got a sense of entitlement and a sense of baby cry.
Yeah, everybody's entitled. They're all the kids.
I mean, even Dave Chappelle's going through it right now, where he's supposed to host SNL. I think either this weekend or coming up or next weekend with all the election stuff, and it seems like it's become like a yearly thing for Dave Chappelle to host. But he's like, you know, it's like, you know, can I say anything? Can I laugh? It's like, you know, they're trying to not have him host the show, so
they walk on eggshells.
Yeah, we gotta have some fun, you know. Even I don't know, we gotta have some fun.
Everybody's so thin-skinned.
Yeah,
I
they got a
remember
master's degree in baby cry.
Yeah, and they're all yeah, and their baby crying is connected to man killed by glass beads. Man, man strangled by glass beads in
Phil,
middle of
I love it.
uh,
Lord.
yeah, all their crying and whining is always connected to entitlement, a sense of entitlement today. And you know, he was banned because he didn't want to dress like a woman 15 years ago. Yeah, why they forced him to go in drag to do
No,
something.
that's actually a true story. That's a true story. He was doing his show and it was real popular, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do this scene where you dress like a woman," and he was like, "No, I don't do that kind of stuff."
Well,
they were. He said, "How come?" He said, "How come every black male actor who gets popular, you try to make them dress like a woman?" And they were saying, "Oh, you're just paranoid." He said, "I'm not paranoid. Look it up." And he gave a list. He went through every
Martin Lawrence,
Flip Wilson,
Flip Wilson,
Flip Wilson, and what's his name? Even Uncle Milton Berle used to dress in drag a lot.
Yeah, but he went through every major black actor, and he said every one of them had to dress like a woman. He said, "What is this kind of like weird ritual?"
I look Mary.
He's like, "I'm not into that, man. I'm not into that weird ritual stuff, man."
Which is why he said, "I'm done with Medea." He said, "No more Medea. I'm done with Medea. It's done." It's
yeah,
done,
and then they tried to say he had a nervous breakdown. Anyway, any promos? Y'all know what I'm gonna do for promos. Wednesday we got beers for fall. Tomorrow
I will definitely
Sunday,
try to find.
Sunday.
Definitely will get a beer for fall. I think I have one already for a beer for fall. So.
Yeah,
I got a fest beer for fall. So
Uncle we got Stout Sunday, and we got next week Fandango Friday. Hopefully, where I'll have actual internet that works, and then I do Dawn Busters. I don't need to go into any kind of real detail with that because it doesn't matter. Now, James is going to do progressive discussions to be announced Wednesday.
No, that's
Saturday. Saturday.
No, that's the following Saturday.
Oh.
To be announced means I haven't come up with a title yet for the following Saturday, but for this Saturday, for tomorrow, I have a title.
So, see you later, Claude. It's been fun. I wish you were here tonight.
Bye, Claude.
Now, speaking of Claude, the wasn't there a congressman or senator by the name of Claude Pepper years ago?
Yeah, Claude Pepper. Yeah. A Democrat. Yeah. From
Democrat.
Claude
Pepper. And Patrick Moynihan, remember him with the eyebrows? He used to go all the way up here. He looked like a leprechaun from New York. Daniel Patrick Moynihan and what the heck is his name? Anyway, I used to order. Speaking of those sandwiches, I used to like Taylor pork roll, egg and cheese, melted cheese on an egg bagel. They're yellow on an egg. I wanted to keep an egg, all eggy, very tasty. Charlie Rangel, who used taxpayers' money to build a mansion in the Dominican Republic. With the big, with the pearly whites, the big smile all the time. I guess.
And he would talk about that we need to go back to have the military go back to a draft. He kept preaching that instead of being an all volunteer army. He wanted the army to go back to being a draft army. If you go serve now. Like he did. So
yeah, like he did. Exactly.
He's sort of like the Don King of Congress.
Yeah, he reminded me of Don King. Yeah, he represented the Upper Manhattan, Harlem region. Yeah,
but he was a good speaker. Like when
he took over for Adam.
Who?
Adam Clayton Powell. I think he kind of took over when he left. When he left this earth, he kind of took over his role. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of yuppies are buying remodeled fancy places in Harlem now. They're regentrifying the area.
Right. Pretty soon,
Yeah.
Harlem's going to be changed to like white paradise or something. I don't know, like
Paradise.
are any black left in Harlem? This
Yeah,
goes to show you, it's strange, I mean, Harlem. If you think about it, in the 1920s, it was like this, like really cool hangout place where everybody would go and have a good time. And then
the Apollo Theater.
By the 1970s, it was a good place to go to get killed.
And then Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn used to be a real bad neighborhood.
Yep.
Back in the day.
Yeah, and now
I remember I lived up there. I lived in that area. I mean, I lived in Jersey, but actually knew all those stories and how bad it was. Bedford-Stuyvesant, Howard Beach, all those areas were
Flatbush, Crown Heights.
Now,
Sean, didn't they used to call it Bed-Stuy or something? Bed-Stuy.
Yeah, Bed-Stuy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's all a lot of it's changed. Not Flatbush and Crown Heights. There's still rough areas. Then there's a place called Red Hook. That's not exactly
Brooklyn. Yeah.
But Bedford-Stuyvesant, I hear that it changed a lot.
I'd rather go to Coney Island and go to the beach in Coney Island than I would go to Red Hook. The beaches in Red Hook looks pretty. I'll go to Coney Island.
I've never been there. I've never been to Red Hook. I heard of the beer.
My friend lives in Coney Island now, about a block from the beach, which is nice. He takes the dog for a walk on the beach, and he was throwing the stick out for the dog to retrieve it. I says, "You better not throw it out too far because the sharks are swimming close to shore nowadays."
Yeah, isn't that amazing? All the sharks are closer in the northeast, those beaches, northeast, whether it be there, the Jersey Shore, of course, I'm very familiar with, Massachusetts and whatnot, and nothing down here in the south, in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, Montauk Point, they always used to talk about great whites.
Don't say that. Don't say that. They got all kind of people getting bit by sharks around Pensacola and Mobile. What are you talking about?
Bull
they were in Pensacola, down the Gulf Shores in Orange Beach, Alabama, and Dauphin Island, yes, and then you look at the area, but it seems like more shark bites are coming up in the up in the close to the East Coast, which is interesting. I don't know. Maybe the water's a little more colder. I guess I don't know. Sharks prefer the water to be colder. They prefer the water colder in the Northeast or warmer in the South.
It was warm. It was warm this summer. The water temperature.
Yeah, I don't know.
The bull sharks.
I know this much. I'm gonna let y'all go in the water, and I'm gonna sit on the beach and watch y'all go in the water.
Give me a lake, and I say y'all go ahead swim in the lake. Make sure you don't have an open cut in your arms or your body, so have no whatever amoeba.
We gotta get off the air.
We gotta
get off the air. But
yeah.
All right. Yeah. So this was fun, Jay. I have no promos. I have no promos. I have beers, but I'm not going to bring them out right now. I'll see you Sunday on Stout Sunday.
Yeah. Okay. We got to get off the air, but like James and I were talking off air. I was reading about bull sharks. Those sharks can live in fresh water. They've caught them swimming up the Mississippi River all the way to Illinois.
That far up? Yikes.
Illinois. Bull sharks.
They can actually thrive and they have no problem entering fresh water. That's true. And they're nasty. And they're a very aggressive shark. Now freshwater, it makes me think of that horror movie with the snakeheads. The fish that can walk out of water. They were coming out of the lake and biting people, and they're illegal. They can't sell them for aquariums, anymore because idiots were letting them free in the waters. They take over everything. I mean, there's the northern snakehead from China, which is in the Potomac right now, and then there's the red one, this tropical version, but it's a very highly aggressive freshwater fish with sharp teeth, and it can come on land and hop, like travel.
Right.
Anybody that's crazy enough to Mississippi River, anybody that does that, you got to admire their insanity, because you don't know what's in that river. I mean, the last few years they've caught catfish that were 110 pounds.
They're canoodling. What do you call it? Canoodling, where they stick their arm in a catfish hole on the side of the river.
Yeah. And these things here, but these catfish in the Mississippi, it's 100 feet deep. They'll snap your fishing pole and pull you in the water.
That's right. No, they're huge.
Huge.
They're huge, and catfish in Europe and in India and in the Amazon can get several hundred pounds in weight. That's how they can swallow.
What else they found? You know what else they found in Mississippi River? Dolphins.
Freshwater dolphins, or the
coming up the river. Some of them were pink.
Yeah, those are the freshwater dolphins. They're pink. How the hell did they get there? They live in the Amazon, and they used to live in the Yangtze River in China, but they're extinct thanks to China's progress. But yeah, they're very strange looking dolphins. They have a big hump, like a Humpty Dumpty head, and it comes out like a bulge, and they have a long snoot.
Well, they had photos. They had them in the newspaper. People saw them swimming up the river by New Orleans. So
I wonder if they've always been there, and they learned to hide very well. That's incredible. No, this I'm gonna have to research this. Freshwater pink dolphins in the Mississippi.
And manatees 6 miles. See where I'm sitting right now?
Manatees also, huh?
Yeah, 6 miles from where I'm sitting at the lakeshore, they had manatees.
Were they all waiting for the Robert E. Lee?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well.
Yeah, the insects, the invasive insects from Asia that conveniently stow away container ships and come to the United States to bite your ass, destroy your crops.
So, yep.
I'll tell y'all one more thing if you want to hear it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And then that's it. You remember last August, we had a very bad hurricane that hit
Sally, right?
Caused all kind of damage. Ida.
Well, Sally hit Mobile pretty good. I was down for Sally in 2020.
Yeah, so Ida was a number 4 hurricane, category 4. It was 175 mile an hour gust. It blew through. They tore down 3 houses in my neighborhood. Those houses are gone. It's just dirt now. And my house got damaged. It was terrible, But my neighbor across the street was noticing this yesterday. She was telling me, she said, "What are these new weeds in the yard? We never had these. They're real thin grass weeds, and they're in everybody's yard. And she said, our life until the hurricane. And I think the hurricane blew those seeds from Mexico or the Caribbean all the way over here, and it took root across our town. I never saw. Do you think a hurricane could bring? Do you think a hurricane could bring seeds from the Caribbean over here?
Yes,
Oh, yes.
yes, because if they could tear roofs off houses, they could carry little seeds. I mean, you know, I mean, they're
Even fire ants. Even fire ants. You know.
fire ants are very nasty ants. Insect. I was in Florida, South Florida, and I didn't know I was standing on a fire ant nest mound, whatever, and all of a sudden my legs started getting hot, very hot.
And you started to say, damn.
I looked down and I'm like, what the hell? And I see these red basses all over my calves, and yeah, they have venom.
Yeah, you notice it's almost like they all wait to start biting at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, like when bees go into a defensive mode, or hornets. Actually, bees are very beneficial, but like hornets, let's say yellow jackets or a hornet's nest, they get, there's a bee experts that actually move beehives to try to save them from people's property. I was watching the video. Yeah, they're experts. They know how to safely move a whole hive with the honeycombs and everything. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, and yesterday I saw a white spoonbill. A white spoonbill.
They're cool. It's like a stork with the spoonbill.
Boy, I wish you could have seen that. You'd have loved to see that, James.
They migrate, all the egrets and the spoonbills, and yeah, a lot of these.
I can't deal with them.
The tropical, flamingos. I hear they get pink because they eat a certain kind of shrimp.
I'm glad I left Mobile.
Flamingos, but where are they originally from? I think people don't really know for sure. I think they're in different tropical.
But Jean, you don't like the spoonbills, huh?
No.
Do you use a spoon when you have soup? Are you anti-spoon?
I do have a spoon in our soup, but I know those insects and lived in Mobile for all those years. I'm like, believe me, I have.
No, they're birds. They're birds.
Yeah, we're not talking about insects. We're talking about birds.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
It's a stork. It has a long beak, and at the end of the beak, it's like a spoon.
Okay. I don't
Yeah.
think I've seen them in Mobile. If I did, I wouldn't know what it was. I thought it was just a plain old bird's nest,
The Amazon
you
has
don't
a
see
beetle called the Titan.
A what?
Amazon
the Titan.
has a beetle called the Titan beetle, and it could break a number 2 pencil. Its mandibles are so strong it can snap a pencil.
Sort of like what I have behind my house, called the alligator snapping turtle.
Oh,
well, I've seen those. I've seen alligator snapping turtles. Yes,
their tongue goes like a worm. It goes like this.
I've seen those.
And they just lie still, and they open their mouth wide, and like this. And then
I promise you, you do not want an alligator snapping turtle to come down on your hand.
No, they'll take your fingers off with no difficulty. Maybe a whole hand.
Yeah, they're right behind me. They're right behind my yard, and we saw one wandering around, just minding his business, waiting for you to make a mistake.
They come out of the water sometimes, to lay
on the
eggs.
land. Yeah, it was on the land, just walking around.
Yeah,
So
very prehistoric looking.
Got spines on their back, on their tail, look like Godzilla.
I had soup. I had alligator snapping turtle soup, and I actually liked it. It was farm raised alligator snappers, just for the meat.
Yeah, it's popular here. All right, well, No, they're not ducks. They're storks.
No, they're not ducks. It's like a stork, or yeah, it's stork-like, which
Yeah.
is the
Well,
dork.
everybody, I'll take care. It was a great. Right. Well, it was a great hangout. Sorry, I had internet problems earlier, but all of a sudden it just cleared up.
Very chaotic,
Yeah, as always.
but it's there's something nice about the unpredictability of it.
Right. Right. Well, y'all take care and have a great Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
All right, y'all. Good night.
Bye,
Good
John.
night, world. Good night, America. Good night, world.
How about those Falcons?
Yeah. Oosh. That was a bad watch last night. I'm like, but you know what? They can still win the division.
And that ain't
They
saying
can
much.
still win the division. How bad it is. 8-9. Tampa has to lose Sunday against Seattle, which I'm kind of looking forward to the game. And I just looked at my little app. I think I'm going to be able to get the game Sunday morning. So
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
know where I'm
Yeah.
planning. You know where I'm planning to be tomorrow.
Tulane football.
The showdown. Central Florida at Tulane tomorrow.
That should be a good one. That should be a good one.
3:30 Eastern on ESPN2. Yep.
That should be a good one. That should be a good one. And the mandatory staff at doing inventory tomorrow will be tomorrow. I thought it was gonna be tonight, but it'll be tomorrow. But next Friday, I will not be joining you for Fandango Friday, but I'll be in the shop. Same with Saturday, and hopefully praying that it's not going to be Sunday, but it is mandatory inventory next week. So you can put the middle right there for Sunday, for Stout Sunday, November. I think that'll be the 20th, I believe it is. That Sunday. So I'll probably be joining you, or if you're hosting or John hosting for Stout Sunday, but we'll have to get this done. And then Thanksgiving at Wednesday night, I'll be driving to North Carolina to visit my classmate for Thanksgiving that Wednesday. So whatever Wednesday night show you're doing, I probably won't be up involved in that. And that's it.
What? Wait. This Wednesday?
No. The Wednesday Thanksgiving, leading up to
That's just beers from fall.
Yeah, I probably won't be joining you for that. That'll be the Thanksgiving Eve. I won't be joining you for that. And Sunday will probably be a question mark because I'll be leaving North Carolina, heading back to Georgia.
Taking a plane train or automobile?
I'm driving automobiles. Raleigh's, I think, is only like 5 hours away from me here in Georgia. So it's a 5-hour drive. So
yeah. One time in 2002, I took a Greyhound bus from New Orleans all the way to New York City.
Yeah. So that that had to be a lot of fun.
Oh, it was.
Bus and sleeping on that chair.
It was fun, especially when one of the passengers got into it with the bus driver.
I've seen many of those.
And the driver said, if you don't like it, you can get off right now. You want to get off?
Yeah.
And then the passenger that had been complaining was sitting there like this. So all the rest of the passengers said, she's scared now. She's scared now.
Yeah. I've been on those buses, especially when those said, "Nah, you're late, bro. You didn't get here on time. You know, you should have been here on time with your ticket information and all that stuff." And say, "No, you got to go. Check in with the people there in the morning." So I know the feeling. I definitely know.
It was just funny because she kept complaining like, she don't ever stop. She don't ever stop to let us take a break. She don't ever stop. Now the lady had stopped, a lot of times.
Yep.
Excuse me.
You okay? You okay, man? You good?
Yeah. So she
All
said
right.
it one. She said it one more time. She don't never stop. And so then we were going down the highway, and then the bus jerked, and the driver was like, "I'm stopped now. You want to get off?" No, she didn't want to get off in the middle of the night on the highway.
Yeah.
But that lady never. I know one thing. She never had anything else to say the rest of the trip.
That's right. Keep your mouth shut. Hey, I got nothing to say. Take me where I need to go. You know.
Everybody was like, "Yay!" Everybody was like, "Yay!" That shut her up. All right. Well,
We're still alive, Jay. We're still alive.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
All right. We all take care, folks.
Good night, America. Good night, world.